TGIF, and thanks for tuning in for your WFB First Alert Weather Extra. Henry Blake's here, and we're issuing a first alert once again, not for winter precipitation this time, but due to another hard freeze. Arctic air is returning to the area as early as your Saturday morning, and that's going to result in those hard freeze conditions across South Louisiana and South Mississippi for the weekend. You'll notice anyone east of the Atchafalaya, you have extreme cold warning starting at midnight tonight and continuing through Sunday morning. Wind chills at times could be near 10 degrees, and that's more likely to happen for your Saturday morning due to the wind. As for those of you west of the Atchafalaya, you are under a cold weather advisory. Still going to be cold. Wind chills likely closer to 15 degrees for Alexandria, places like Lafayette and Opelousas, as well as Lake Charles. So let's take a look at your next couple of days. First alert issued for Saturday and Sunday. You'll notice for the Baton Rouge area, going with a hard freeze, at least mid-20s for your Saturday morning. Sunday morning, however, is going to be much colder with morning lows dipping down into the teens. And you'll notice our highs aren't really going to be the best. Got a lot going on this weekend, especially for Saturday. You're going to have a Mardi Gras parades out there. Please bundle up, bring the blankets, and be sure to dress in those loose, light-fitted clothing. Have a scarf, your hat, and gloves or mittens on because temperatures are not going to get any better. And the worst thing about Saturday is that the wind is going to be a bit blustery at times out of the north. So that's going to make it feel much colder than the 35 degrees we're showing. But you may have noticed that 60-degree high for Monday. That just lets you know how quickly this Arctic air will be to push out of the area. Here's the culprit, the cold front pushing east of Louisiana and Mississippi. The colder air, we're going to feel that throughout the day. It's going to be a bit on the chilly side, especially when the wind starts to pick up, but the colder air should be arriving by tonight and into your Saturday morning and much of the weekend. The precipitation, however, bringing snow to parts of the plains, the central and northern plains at that, and into the heartland. But at the moment, not looking at anything significant or terrible across our viewing area as far as precipitation is concerned. But on the other hand, we will be watching out for that bitterly cold air that's going to be making its way into the region overnight. Let's take a look at your Saturday morning lows. You'll notice widespread 20s on the map. Low 20s from Macomb, parts of Mississippi, down into our northern Florida parishes. As you get closer to the interstate, that's where we're talking about mid-20s rather, and upper 20s as you get closer to the coast. So no matter where you're at, we're looking at a hard freeze for both your Saturday and Sunday morning. Saturday is where we're going to have the coldest wind chills, but the wind should be letting up by Saturday night, and that's going to allow temperatures to fall even more for your Sunday morning. So that's where we're talking about a good potential of widespread teens for much of the region, with low 20s likely along the coast, and that will be for your Sunday morning. So for the moment, let's take a look at the potential for record lows. For the moment, it looks like for Sunday, many of us are going to be nearing or kind of flirting with the potential of record low temperatures. Notice for Baton Rouge, the record for Sunday, 18 degrees. Well, we're going to come a degree shy of that, 19, but if we do get to 18 or below, that'll be enough to tie, if not set, a new record for Sunday morning. But the one place that does have a guarantee of seeing a record or setting a new record low on Sunday is going to be residents in Slidell. Your old record is 33 degrees. I'm expecting you to reach 19 for Sunday morning, so that will definitely set a new record for you. The colder air, you can see it all across the northern third of the United States. We got 0 in Bismarck, Minneapolis, Twin Cities. We're looking at 5 above, already down to near freezing in Nashville, and same goes for residents of Oklahoma City at 30 degrees. So for the moment, Baton Rouge, we're sitting at 50 degrees, but look at Monroe and Shreveport already in the 40s. So we're starting to see more blues trying to make their way farther to the south as the temperatures continue to slowly fall. But for the moment, mostly 50s across South Louisiana and Southeast Mississippi. Temperatures are a couple degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday, but don't be fooled because it is going to only get colder as that air pushes in, especially with the wind. It's out of the northwest around 5 to some places close to 15 miles per hour, and that is going to continue to increase as we go throughout the rest of the day. So that's what's going to give us that chill in the air for today, as well as especially into your Saturday. But looking at the next 12 hours for your Friday, not expecting any precipitation, folks. That is good news, but we are going to have a cloudy to mostly cloudy sky overall today, and temperatures likely only rising to at least near 50 degrees if you're lucky. And the wind out of the northwest, sometimes 5 to 15 miles per hour, but the gusts are going to be even higher than that, continuing into your Saturday. And you can see why I'm telling you, if you're heading out to the parades, bring the blankets, dress warm, cover your head, make sure to wear a scarf if you have one, and also wear the gloves and mittens in order to keep your hands warm as well, because look at that. We're starting out in the 20s. Highs are only going to be in the 30s for tomorrow afternoon. Some residents in our northern Florida parishes and even north parts of southwest Mississippi may not even get above freezing. So that lets you know how serious of a situation this is with the frigid cold weather. One last thing I want to show you are the forecast winds. This is for your Saturday. They're going to be mainly out of the north. Sustained winds could be anywhere from 15, some cases closer to 20 miles per hour for tomorrow. Gusts can't rule out the potential of 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts. So that is just going to make things feel even worse outside than we're expecting for the moment. So for now, be sure if you haven't made your preparations for the cold weather, you have today to do it, because it's going to be already below freezing for tomorrow. So protect the 4 Ps, people, pets, plants, and pipes, and be sure to dress warm before you head out at any time this weekend. As for precipitation, there is a very slim chance of maybe a little bit of wraparound moisture come later tonight and early Saturday morning that may produce a couple of light morning snow flurries, but nothing to be overly concerned about there. The big concern is that you make sure you protect yourself from the cold weather, especially while outdoors. I'd like to thank everyone for watching your WB First Alert Weather Extra. Be sure to watch us at 9 News at noon. Jeff Morrow will have more details on your parade forecast, as well as your extended weather, as well as the nice little warm-up that's expected for parts of next week.
Southern Air of Baton Rouge says no, 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 no interest, no money down, no payments for 12 months on HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services. Scan the QR code on your screen to learn more.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.